About
Oh,
updates.
I loved Space Jam.
Oh, we can just.
I can't believe you didn't. I
right
can
now.
see you loving that movie.
Why do people say that for terrible movies? That movie. All right, welcome to another episode of the Park Hopper Show with Paul and Jenna, and today we have Butters.
No Butters. Oh,
He is my giant
good
dog because
boy.
we are doing this at my house today, and Sweet Maggie is
gonna be
not
jealous.
here. But boy, we have quite the. He's about 8 times the size of Maggie, and his tongue is hanging. He's shunning the camera. He's very shy.
Butters.
Look at that guy. He's
Say
so
hi.
Cute. He's a cute boy. And today we are talking about all of the movies that Disney has made that they made as a cartoon and then decided maybe we should make this live action.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to compare, we're going to contrast, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. And we are not sponsored this week, but we should be by Disney Plus because you're never going to find a babysitter that's $8 a month. Disney Plus. So... Now, have you seen any of these lately? A couple weeks ago, we were talking about the new Jungle Cruise ride, but have you seen like Cruella and things like that? That are
We have not seen Cruella.
I've heard it's very
it
scary.
looks pretty dark.
Yes, I'm doing something on my thing. I'm a apologist, so
Let me think. The last one... Probably the last one we saw was Maleficent. I know
gonna get
that's
out
not
of
the most recent one.
and technically that does count as one. All right, buddy.
Excuse me,
you could-
Butters.
you
Am I
could-
in your way?
All right, maybe
I'll just move to this.
Well, you're all stuck up in your microphone too. There you
I think he's scared to jump down.
go. Wow, he's something.
Just sit with me.
All right, let's try not to shake that mic as much. Oh, there he goes. He's gone. You can go
All
back
right,
over there.
there we go. Okay.
He was like, I'm going to try that trick with the couch that Dad showed me. Okay, he's gone. All right.
So I think the last one we watched was Maleficent, even though I know that's not the most recent.
Now,
but
isn't there 2, or is there another one
there
coming out?
are a few.
Maleficent?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, I have not
2 or
seen any of
3.
those. Those are not really my jam. And just like Cruella, that's not really as much as a adaptation, as more as it's a continuation or a
Well, I
different story.
think that's what I like. It's kind of fun seeing the take on the villains, I think.
Yeah, they're trying to make it where the bad guys aren't necessarily the bad guys.
Do your kids watch Descendants?
They're Wreck-It Ralph and the things. The Descendants. Addie loved it.
Yeah.
I was indifferent to it. I did like that the little girl from Odd Squad was in it. I was like, my Odd Squad people. For all you Odd Squad people out there, it was my favorite kid show when I had little kids watching on PBS.
Aw.
So, yeah, I didn't watch it, but we know they know several of the songs.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
comes on the Disney, we're going to do some air quotes again, Disney Hits station on Sirius XM, where I'm like, I've heard 4 of these last 10 songs ever in my life, so I'm not sure
How
what,
much of a hit that is.
but lots of them are from the Descendants, and those are the villains' children.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of a fun concept, too.
The villains procreated is a fun concept. It always skeeves me out just a little bit. I'm like, so Ursula found somebody. That's nice. Because I remember her dying at the end of that one. But now she's got kids, so that's great.
Did you ever watch, this is off subject, did you ever watch
Off subject.
Once Upon a Child?
Once Upon a Time. That's a store. That's like
Once Upon a Time?
No, it just said once real big.
Yeah.
I think my wife did.
it's
She was
so
into all that.
good.
She also, there was like another show where it was
It was so
Grimm.
good. I didn't watch that one.
But there was those fairy tale shows. But that was
Yeah.
a Disney, wasn't that one? Once Upon?
Once was,
Yeah.
and it was really good because
Yeah.
it you've got Captain Hook. And
I mean, Frozen came at the end of it, didn't they? I feel like there was like a special Frozen
they
episode.
did, I
and
think,
was
at
like,
the end. I need to go back and watch
what
that
are we
again.
doing?
It's very cheesy.
Yeah, well,
very cheesy.
It sounds.
But it's I always like those shows where it takes the story a little deeper.
Yeah.
You know, develops the characters more, and you get to see more Disney.
Just like the Rescuers Down Under when they went to Australia. So it's different. Well, no, I didn't see any of that because I'm a boy. But it's okay. I'm not upset that you saw. You could enjoy them. So
What was the last one you watched?
now,
We have a
just
long
last.
list.
So when my family was out of town, half my family was gone, and me and Lily, we watched both Aladdins back to back. Now, Aladdin is one of my favorite Disney cartoon movies from childhood, and the music, all of it, it's good. You saw from the music episode, if you watched it with the Visit Mickey Takeover, alternate lyrics, I knew it all those songs.
Yeah.
But the movie, it had a long, the cartoon casted a long shadow that the live action one had to get out from under. So what do you think about that?
We liked it. I really liked Will Smith.
She liked it.
Well,
and that was it, Jenna.
The first time I watched it, I didn't know how I felt about it. The music, the sound, not the music, but like the sound was weird, and that could have just been.
She's upset with the music mix, Disney. So get some better audio engineers.
But I loved Will Smith. I thought he did a great job, and I saw an interview with him saying that he was really overwhelmed with taking what's his name?
Robin Williams'
place.
He should be.
I mean, he really wasn't excited about that. He was kind of like, these are big shoes to fill.
I don't know if I should do this. How much money?
Okay. I'll figure it out.
Hey.
But I felt like he did his own thing. You know, he didn't try to just redo what Robin Williams did. He did his own thing. And the rap was really cool, you know. So
I think he was an interesting choice and probably used him to sell the movie more because no one else in the movie was anybody.
Right.
Well, the one girl, the one that...
The friend? The aide?
Yes, she was from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, really?
So she's been in stuff before, and I was like, this is weird that she's acting in other stuff. But I also agreed that I was surprised on how delightful that movie was. It was weird, and I'll tell you, we'll get into it later. The monkey, I don't know what it is about when they take the live-action animals, but, and this isn't Disney, but they did it in Ninja Turtles, where they were like, how realistic can we make these stupid things? And you're like, I don't want realistic, it's a Ninja Turtle. I don't want a realistic monkey. He's his friend. Make him have the monkey face from the cartoon. And I don't care.
Okay. I see.
Is it taking me out of it that much more than that there's a genie? That it's just Will Smith with no
flying
shirt?
On a
blue
carpet.
Will Smith with no shirt? Is it too far to ask for the monkey to be more animated? But instead of a realistic monkey. But otherwise, and there was no... Was there... I don't remember Iago in that one. He wasn't the same as the thing. It wasn't that...
I think there was.
I forget. I don't know. It changed the story up a little bit too, but I liked the cartoon better. But I was surprised on how good that the actual live action movie was. I would say, if I had a thing, I might have looked at Jim Carrey or somebody like that to be the genie, somebody more animated, because I think it was the spazzy nature of the genie in the first one that was like, oh, he's just all over the place.
But I think Jim Carrey would have been too similar to Robin Williams.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like Will Smith just took on a new role.
Yeah.
I felt like the genie was just a completely different
just
character.
Put the old one behind.
Yeah.
Now, I would say, going back and watching the original, the people who animated the original one did an amazing job because Robin Williams, I'm doing 5 references in a row, and it's just all out there.
Yeah.
And they did it by hand. This is amazing.
Man, that is amazing.
But it was really good. And, yeah, like I said, I'm an old man. I'm full of nostalgia for everything old is better than everything new, and you kids get off my lawn. But this Aladdin, I can see.
And these are such a risk because...
It's not a risk at all.
Well, it is a little because the old movies were so iconic.
It's true, except...
You know?
Now, but see, now that's the weird thing. So we have... Boy, my kids get tired of hearing this. So, now when we grew up, the Disney cartoons that we loved were probably 50 years old when we were kids. 40 years old, 50 years old, the Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck cartoons.
Oh, wow.
Because a lot of them were made in the 40s and 50s.
Interesting.
So there was no entertainment. It was those old shows, those things that were decades old, sometimes half a century old, that we still watch. The Warner Brothers, the Looney Tunes, all those things were just so old. And now there's like 6 new Netflix shows a week that are all animated. And
yeah, you're right.
I was going to start out. I want to apologize. I don't know. Did we talk about Luca previously?
We mentioned it.
I want to apologize. I was underwhelmed by Luca, and it's because, as I said before, Pixar set the bar very high, and we're not necessarily every movie they make resonates with every audience.
Yeah.
Where the classics, they're for one audience, but everybody loves it. Where Luca was like, eh. But since we've recorded, I have seen the new Space Jam movie. And Luca is amazing. It has been pushed back up about 3 notches because, boy.
I have heard Very bad reviews on
the
that.
first Space Jam movie was terrible. Since we're talking about
I
updates,
loved Space Jam.
we can just...
I can't believe you didn't. I can
now.
see you loving that movie.
Why do people say that for terrible movies? That movie. Now, it's one of those movies, though, that I think is so bad that it's like, all right. I can get with, like, Bill Murray just... I don't even know if he was hired or he just walked in and he was like, hey, I'm Bill Murray and I'm Bill Murraying it up. And Larry Bird's a terrible actor, and Patrick Ewing's a terrible actor, and all these big stars are just terrible actors.
So good, though.
But they're clearly like, we're friends with Michael, and he said we had to do it. And then they're all in there, and it's fine. And Michael Jordan's not a good actor.
Yeah.
But he was in it, and you're like, oh, look at that big star in his medium-sized suburban home with his kids, because that's, how Michael Jordan rolls. And this new one was just... it was terrible, and it wasn't even like good terrible. It was like, why is this movie being made? Why is LeBron James the bad guy in the movie? For the most part, he's just a terrible dad, and the movie's about him connecting with his son.
I don't know anything about it,
awful.
But I have heard that same
and
review.
The end of it, no spoilers, but they're playing a basketball game, and everybody that Warner Brothers owns, every IP is in the background somewhere because it's virtual in a computer. So so instead of listening and paying attention to the bad acting and dialogue, you're like, well, it's King Kong. Well, there's Batman and some villains and the Jetsons are in there, and you're just looking in the background.
Oh my
gosh! And all this acting is going on, and you're not even noticing how terrible it is because you're like they really found a good way to.
So what's that on?
HBO Max or in theaters if you want to go to a theater. So. Well, anyway,
Aladdin was good.
Are we just going to go down this list?
Yeah, let's.
So, Mulan. Now, this one got the COVID trouble.
Austin loved it.
They put it in no theaters because...
That was the first one they did that with,
was COVID,
wasn't it?
Yeah, because they were like, hey, now everybody got this Disney Plus, how about $30 more? Because you would spend the $70 to go see it.
Right.
And also, you can't leave your house, haha. So, why don't you give us some money? And I was like, no. They made the mistake of saying in 3 months this will be free, and I was like, we can wait 3 months for Mulan. I haven't seen the original Mulan in 20 years, so Mulan was actually really good. I had not had the reference of seeing the cartoon though.
Thrilled with the whole change. There's a bit. I mean, the whole story.
I wasn't really that excited, but
it
was. I enjoyed it.
Yes, it was more war than I was expecting.
Well, that's what Mulan was about.
I know, but Mulan had a lot of humor in it.
This
one didn't,
Well, again...
This one was a lot more serious.
Instead of the monkey, they didn't make the little Eddie Murphy dragon. And I've heard a lot of people go, well, there weren't enough songs in it. What about the dragon that caused all the trouble with this fire breathing and is trying to get back to his ancestors? Like, well, that wasn't... You missed the point of Mulan.
Now, I do like... she sings that song that was so popular with the movie. And I do like... I know she didn't sing it in the new one, but I like how they... played the instrumental of it throughout her fight scenes and stuff. That was kind of fun. But Austin loved it.
I think.
Just the girls and I were kind of like, another fight scene. Okay.
And Austin was like, yeah! Start with the heart! Finally a movie for me. To be honest, I was surprised after watching the cartoon. I was like, this is a dicey territory. Did I just touch you in the... No. Oh, you have no shoes. Okay. So I think I did. Anyway, I was like, this is some dicey territory to cover about... a girl dressing up like a boy to be in the military. I'm like, this is all this is a weird story that it was a bold move. They weren't making any friends with this movie. They didn't make any friends in China. They didn't make any friends along the way. But I liked Mulan, the live action.
Yeah.
We've since gone back and watched the cartoon, and the cartoon was excellent too, and I'd never seen it. And most of the Disney cartoons I've missed, I have not enjoyed when I watched them. I could have done without Hercules. I know it's blasphemy, but what is the Emperor's New Groove? All those. My kids love that show, The Emperor's New School or whatever.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
No touchies, not all. That's what they say. It's
what do they say?
It turns into a llama. And no touchies, no touchies. I'm like, all right. That show. The kids are funny. That's right. No touchies. That's right. So anyway, but Mulan, I was like, oh, this cartoon's good. I was very. To be fair, Eddie Murphy's character did start a lot of the trouble. He blew up some fireworks.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Is she the only one that can see him in the movie, the cartoon?
Maybe. It's been a long time
then
since
I've seen the cartoon. Then it's weird that he was able still to set off things in the real world. It was there's some plot holes in the cartoon, let's face it. But I enjoyed it a lot more than, say, Pocahontas or other things like that.
I love Pocahontas.
Well, you can paint with all the colors of the wind. I know the songs. All right, so I see the next one on this list, but let's skip around because so the first one they did this to was in the 90s, the 101 Dalmatians. Mm-hmm. Now I like
that one a lot. Oh.
Well, you can just go ahead and talk about it then. I remember going to the theater and falling asleep.
I mean, I haven't watched it in forever, but I did like the actors. Mm-hmm. I liked the London feel.
Because it was in London.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, the feel of London when you go to London is just unmatchable. Now, why don't they do more of that London 101 Dalmatians stuff at Disney, like Epcot and stuff? Why
That's true, yeah.
But I remember the cartoon. And
I bet they will now that Cruella's coming out.
I enjoyed the cartoon, but if I never saw the cartoon again, I'd be fine. Mm-hmm. Is that weird? Like, it was...
What about the little puggy one? What's his name?
Well, there's no pugs. They're all Dalmatians.
The little chubby one. What's he
Fatso?
say?
I don't know.
Oh, he sits in front of the TV and he's watching cartoons. He's, but I'm hungry, Mommy. I'm so hungry.
You know what? I do kind of remember that. I think that one's name is Julia. Shots fired at your kids.
Julia.
Take that.
I forgot his name.
There's
He's
like
so
Pongo
cute.
and...
Yeah, that's the dad.
What's the mom's name?
Merida. I think
that's the girl from Brave.
That's Merida.
I think you're saying the same word with an accent in the middle, but I don't think.
I think it's Marita.
Because why would you not have a Spanish name? Well, I think it's Spanish, but either it's not London. It doesn't matter. So anyway, so that movie was in its time. It was when they were like, you know what? We would love to make this live action movie of a cartoon.
Right.
How would we do it?
So that was in the 90s?
It was 96.
Wow.
So it was hot on the heels of Jurassic Park kind of changing the game of what you could do in a movie and make it look realistic.
Right.
So then that movie came out and it was like, oh, you don't have to have 101 dogs acting. You get like 3 and you copy and paste. So we got Pongo, Cruella, Colonel, Nanny, Roger, Perdita.
I was close. Perdita.
You were close. Boy, oh boy. That movie is...
What's her...
101 Dalmatians came out 60 years ago this year. The cartoon.
The original?
Yeah.
Wow.
I told you, see those cartoons, these things are... Oh, anyway, it was neat because it was like, oh, they made this movie. And it used to be a cartoon, and now it's cool. And it made... I brought this other page up because I wanted to shock you with some of the money. And if you want to know the real reason why they're making these movies... the live-action 101 Dalmatians in 1996. What would you say it made in America if you had to guess?
No idea.
If you had to guess.
I don't know numbers.
Well, it cost $75 million to make. And worldwide it made $320 million in the 90s, which is pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah. And enough that it made a sequel 4 years later that did less well. But anyway, that's...
Oh, yeah.
That's...
So really, these are coming out like 30 years after their originals.
Oh, yeah. That one was, 30-something years.
But,
because they couldn't redo them.
I guess Aladdin and those were maybe 20.
Well, now that we see
like
the next
years.
one on... Yeah. 30, probably. Well, 25. Maybe.
Yeah.
So the next one on this list is the one that I have found most egregious, but probably just because of my childhood. The Lion King.
Ugh.
I couldn't get through the live-action one.
It was awful.
It's like, oh, there's animals and they're talking. This is dumb. Why do they have better faces? I don't understand the face.
I felt like the visual was... Visually, it was just not what it could have been for that movie.
Cool,
it was
but
just real dull and...
Yeah, because they made them look like real animals instead of animals doing stuff. And I don't like Beyonce. You can come at me, Bayhav, or whatever y'all are. I don't like Beyonce. She's not been good since Destiny's Child, and she can get out of here.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed with that one, because that one is such a classic.
I'd say that's like making a live-action Mickey Mouse, where you're just like,
ew.
Just having a mouse, and he's like, oh, hello, and you're like, hit him with your shoe. You're like, why are we listening to this guy talk? Because if you think about it, the mouse is not what you want to see. So,
yeah,
The Lion King is iconic enough. We don't need a live-action one. It was...
I just thought it could have been prettier.
Well, yeah, and that's...
Because, like...
that was another complaint online, was like, yeah, these are photorealistic animals singing, but for what purpose? No one wanted that. Were we lining up to see a lion actually sing? No. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Because their eyes, like, they didn't have any emotion in their face. It was just a lion singing a song.
Right.
And I was like, 5 minutes of this, I had plenty.
Well, even the, like, African backgrounds just were very dull and...
Yeah.
Gray and tan and just...
Like Africa.
Just didn't feel like it was very, like...
There's a reason some things are cartoons. However, The Lion King, made in 2019, was... Let's see what this says. The all-time ranking, 7th top-grossing movie of all time worldwide. It made $1.6 billion worldwide. Yeah, the live-action one did. So how about that for some kick in the butt?
Interesting.
It made 500 and something in America and $1.1 billion in other countries because people love garbage. No offense.
Wow,
Yeah, that's why they make these movies.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't really hear good reviews on it.
No, nobody liked it, but everybody went to see it. I mean, nobody liked Avatar, and it's like the top grossing movie ever. No offense again to Disney.
Always go back to that.
But we didn't need that live action movie. We already had a cartoon version of it, Fern Gully, and a live action movie, Dances with Wolves. We didn't need the mix of them into this other movie, but it's still the top grossing movie ever. So think about that. But anyway, next on this list we've got Dumbo. Now my wife, she hates Dumbo, the cartoon, because she had to watch it as a child. And with her little brother. Well, it's a lot. So it's just drunk elephants and jailed mothers. And
Julia loves Dumbo. Okay.
Yeah.
And for her birthday, what year did that come out?
The original?
No, the new one.
Okay, I'm going to be doing a lot of looking at my tablet to get these facts today. But the original one. No, the new one came out in 2019, the same year as Aladdin and Lion King. They were really hitting us back to back with this hot garbage, and Dumbo did the worst.
So Julia was turning 9, so we did a birthday party at the movie theater, and we did this big circus theme, and we adopted an elephant from Africa, and so we still have his picture in our living room, Mukaka, and we went all out. I mean, it was like this big circus party and all this stuff. And then we go see the movie. So I have this group of like 10 9-year-old girls watching this movie. Mm-hmm. And it was really sad and dark and scary. And I was looking around the room like, is everybody okay?
This movie, the original came out 70 years ago this year.
Wow.
Yeah, the original, so here's the thing that I told Nikki. Now, technically nowadays, if you can't make a movie that's an hour and a half, that's like, that movie was 64 minutes, the original. That's
the original was?
You cut out 5 minutes, put it on TV with no commercials, and it's an hour-long show. It's barely even a whole movie.
Wow.
But it's just iconic because they didn't have entertainment 7 years ago.
Right.
They had this. And I remember the cartoon, and I haven't seen it in years, but it was like, yeah, it's Disney, and the mom's having trouble. And I mean, that's what happens. The parents are chained up or dead, and that's what they do. I'm not shocked by that. But then there's a scene, he's drunk. And, I mean, what are we doing? Was that in the new one? I didn't see the new one. I believe the new one is a Tim Burton joint. Is that correct?
It is, yeah.
Boy, Tim Burton is
so,
hit and miss, mostly
Tim
miss
Burton
for me.
has a creepy feel to his movies anyways.
And they're all terrible. Come at me, Tim Burton people.
I thought it was a good take on Dumbo. Because, like you said, there's not a lot to work with. But
no, there's not.
It was
What about them birds?
harsh.
What about them racist birds? Are they in that one?
You ain't never seen an elephant fly.
Whoa, hey, whoa. You can send all your letters to Jenna Rayleigh.
So, anyways, I think Julia was a little like, Mom, this isn't the Dumbo I know. So
You're like, shut up. All your friends are here. Do you know how much it costs to take 9 of you to the movie, 10 of you to a movie?
So, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't
Dumbo
know
was a miss for me, but
it was okay.
Most Tim Burton movies are a miss, I'm sorry to say. I will also go on record as saying Nightmare Before Christmas is maybe one of my top 10 worst movies I've ever seen. Just get it out there. So if you want to know who I am as a person,
on that. People love that.
People love it and they're wrong. It's fine. It's not a Christmas movie. It's not a Halloween movie. It's trash. All right. So the next one on this list is The Jungle Book.
I didn't see it.
Now,
we started to, and the girls got scared.
Now, they got rid of the racist caricatures in this one, in The Jungle Book, the live action. I would say a surprisingly good movie because I don't remember loving the original.
Maybe we need to go back and watch it.
My dad likes the original one, and
I love the original one.
I think my parents went on like a date when they were younger to that movie, and there was some kind of, I don't know, because the original was like, this is just not my jam. This movie is not great. The cartoon or the live action one, I was like, oh, it's real good. I was very surprised at how good it was, and it's because they made it realistic, but they didn't make it like there's actually Baloo the bear. And they sing the song, and it's Bill Murray singing. Oh, and it's like, oh, I made Space Jam good. I can make Jungle Book good. Bill Murray can do no wrong. So, anyway, they have just enough. It's not all the music, I don't believe, because it's like a serious little thing. But then there's like the bare necessities. They get that in there.
Okay.
And
That's
if
a good
this is all not accurate, I apologize. It's been quite a while since I've seen it. But I remember it being good, and I was surprised. And it made almost $1 billion worldwide, which is crazy. The Jungle Book. Mm-hmm. $1 billion.
The new one?
Yeah. That was
Wow.
wild. Well, wild how much money these movies are making. So, we talked about Tim Burton a minute ago, and I'll stay with it on that theme. Alice in Wonderland, didn't see it.
I did. It was pretty cute. Is that Tim Burton?
I believe so.
I think now that you say that sounds right. It looks Tim Burton-ish.
He makes.
But I actually thought it was pretty good.
Tim Burton, Johnny Depp's in
Johnny
it.
Depp
So
was
Helena
really
Bonham Carter,
good.
Crispin Glover, all the weirdos, they're all in there.
It was like
I do
creepy,
love Crispin
weird. But
that was made 60 years ago, the cartoon.
Oh.
Man, 51 was the big year for these movies. All right. Well, that, or maybe they made
But I
them
did
every 2
enjoy
years.
it.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but again, I don't like Tim Burton.
Who played Alice? Was she,
Her name is, was it Anne Hathaway, or was it Mia Wasikowska?
No, I think Anne Hathaway
this
was
girl?
I think so.
Well, that's not Anne Hathaway, that's Mia Wasikowska.
I know, I think Anne Hathaway was she the queen?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see the movie because it looked real creepy and scary. It looked like Willy Wonka on
Yes,
the cover.
that's
and
a good
the Willy Wonka movie was
comparison. Yeah.
terrible. So,
yeah.
stink. But that one made $1 billion worldwide.
Wow.
Did you see a theme with these terrible movies? All right. Well, then you also, and some of these aren't on this list that you liked Maleficent. You said
I did like Maleficent. My girls really liked it too.
It made $750 million worldwide. Maleficent, the story of the bad guy from Snow White? Or Sleeping Beauty. Oh, Sleeping Beauty, yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually it tells her story, and she's really not as bad as you think, and it's really good. Julia actually dressed as Maleficent for Halloween after we watched it.
Well, now, do you remember the original, the Sleeping Beauty? Were you a big fan of that?
Mm-hmm. I was.
I'm
trying to.
I remember this girl.
Do you have a trivia question? Because I don't know if I'll remember it.
I'm trying
but
to
yeah, I did like it as a kid.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I used to just like Disney movies. You open up that clamshell case and pop it in the VCR, and you're like, "This is fun."
We would play it when my girls were babies. We would play it like to put them to sleep because it is very like slow moving. The music's
She's
very
asleep for the first 45
right.
I'm just kidding, but I don't remember
It's actually
honestly
at the
much
end.
about it. Spoiler.
When she's asleep.
No, not Maleficent. Is she sleeping at the end of
Aurora.
Sleeping Beauty? I didn't know she had a name
sleeps at the
until
end.
my daughters were little. I was like, oh, I just called her Sleeping Beauty. So, let's see. We got...
This is my favorite.
Now, this one you missed out, and I couldn't believe when you sent me the little list. Beauty and the Beast. It's a tale as old as time.
Favorite.
How did it stack up in the live action?
Big time in our house.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you need to ask Julia. I think she has seen it 30-something times.
Yeah. Now, I have not seen the live action one.
Are you
Because,
serious?
Listen, here...
It's beautiful.
Here's what it turns out. I don't want Beauty and the Beast story.
Oh, here we go. I forgot about this.
I love the cartoon.
Girl
as a
falling
kid.
in love with the dog.
Oh, well, listen. If that was what it was. Which, by the way, there's been talks of making Butters that we saw earlier Beast for Halloween because he could do it. But
I forgot about
we
your
saw the
opinion
play.
on that.
No, we saw the play off Broadway when it was in Louisville.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I don't think I enjoyed this at all. Like, none of the story. I like all the music from it. But that movie, and we watched the cartoon with the girls a lot. Addie loved it when she was little. I was like, I don't think this is I don't like this the way I remember it being good. Like, I can see why people like it. I don't love it. And I don't know.
Well,
I
the
never
new
saw the live
one, you
action.
need to watch the live action. It's so good. Did you ever see the old Beauty and the Beast show
Oh my gosh!
when
what
we were
on earth?
kids?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I remember watching that.
It had the girl from Terminator. And
I don't know.
Oh, well, that was her. And Linda Hamilton, and it had the guy. He was Hellboy, and he was from Sons of Anarchy. I remember that guy because he's got a weird face.
It was really
Ron
weird.
Perlman. Yeah, didn't he live in the sewer or something?
Yes. And she
remember
would like
that
go
show.
down to see him and stuff.
Because he lived in the sewer. It's a weirder. It's almost a weirder one than falling in love with this bear person in the woods. That you're.
Oh, you need to watch the live action.
It's from the movie. It looked like you were so
It took me a second.
while I was doing it. I love all the music from it, though.
Yeah, it's good.
I can bonjour all day and just sing those songs. But anyway, that movie, it also had your favorite Harry Potter character.
Oh.
Because Hermione is the
Oh, right. Emma
Beauty.
Watson. Watson.
Squatson.
Emma Watson.
This is not her name. Emma Squatson.
And Julia wrote a letter to her after that movie, and she never wrote back.
What?
She was obsessed. And that was right after Downton Abbey, and Matthew from Downton Abbey was the
Don't know who that
Beast.
is.
I know, but other people might.
My wife would, but she's not here. I think she actually came in and left, and she didn't come in to say hi. She heard all this arguing over being the Beast and said, I don't want any part of that. I don't know what's going on.
So Downton Abbey was going on, and Matthew was like one of the main characters, and they killed him off in like
Spoilers.
the end of season 2 or something, which was this huge shock. And then it came out that he, well, from what I read, who knows, but he left the show to do Beauty and the Beast and do other things.
Hey.
So he was the Beast. He was really good.
Well, good. What about Gaston? Was he good in the live action?
Yes. Who is that?
I don't
Luke.
know. Gaston's a bad guy.
Luke.
Why
Something.
do you know who?
Because Julia was obsessed. I'm telling
you know
you.
their real names.
And I never know real names. You know me.
Yeah, you don't know pop culture. You don't know anything about it.
Luke Owen? No.
No, it's not Luke Owen.
Luke, I am your father.
Nope, that's not Luke Owen. That's Luke Skywalker. Let's see. There's someone named Luke Evans.
Luke Evans. That was Gaston. He was amazing. Yes.
He looks real dirty.
And Josh Gad was LeFou,
Well, you just,
but he had a very
that's all I
questionable character.
is Josh Gad was in it, and goodbye. That guy just irks me to it.
Are you serious?
Him, a little bit of him goes a long way. As good as Olaf. I don't need him interviewing everybody Disney's ever hired during the pandemic. They had like, let's just have Josh Gad's dumb face talk to somebody over Zoom and pretend it's a TV show. All right,
he's a good LeFou.
Yeah, he's something. I don't. Him and we had this in another story. What's his face? The little rapping guy that's in all of those two.
Lin-Manuel. Yes.
Very good. And
something.
that movie was good. Or the music from
Hamilton.
That's the one. Very good. You can just leave now. You can see yourself out. I don't need you rapping over
and then
Mary Poppins.
who was Mrs. Potts?
Murder, She Wrote. That was her name.
Yeah. Angela Lansbury. Yeah.
Okay, here's...
No, that was the original.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, in the new one.
She's the only one I recognize.
No, in the new one it was...
We need to talk about this movie again in a second. Angela Lansbury has been 75 years old as long as we've been alive. Now...
Who was the new one?
I don't know. I didn't see the movie. We've been down this road. Holy goodness. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about what I want to talk about while I look this up. Downton Abbey. Never seen it.
Love it.
The old woman from Downton Abbey is the old woman from Sister Act. Who, again, 75 years old in the 90s.
Harry Potter.
She was in Harry Potter. I'm like, this woman... How old is this woman? Is she 120 or was she like 45 and they just made her look... She just looked old? I don't understand.
She's so good.
She was so good as Sister Mary Clarence's boss.
I forgot about that.
Not her name. What is
Sister
her?
Mary Clarence.
That Sister Mary Clarence is Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know what the other one.
Yeah. The mother.
Yeah.
Mother something.
Mother something. That's what happens when I stub my toe in the house. Mother something. All right, we are looking for... We got Kevin Kline was in this movie. What is her name?
Oh, was he Lumiere? I think he was Lumiere.
Maurice.
That's what I meant. I forgot.
Swing
He was Maurice?
Swing and a miss. Ewan McGregor was Lumiere, and Ewan McGregor is, what's his face? Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we got Emma Thompson, is who you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Mrs. Potts.
Mm-hmm. She was good.
Now, that's done.
Okay.
Because, gross. But anyway, that woman from Downton Abbey, I was like, how is she, all right. And that's why I said Harry Potter.
Betty White.
Like, Betty White was old forever.
I know.
Good for them, though. So, anyway, what were we talking about?
I didn't see Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp was great.
We
liked it a lot. This is why did Aladdin King? Why was it so terrible? Because Beauty and the Beast was just a bunch of live action.
So they
dogs
talk.
Talking. Yeah.
They're dogs. They talk.
That's all I need. Sign
That's
me
all
up.
I need.
We watched Pup Star on Netflix, where the dogs are pop stars, but they're puppies.
Oh.
Addie loves Pup Academy, where the dogs go to school to do things and they talk. But I thought Lady and the Tramp, I liked it better than the cartoon, because all I remember from the cartoon is them eating spaghetti and smooching. And I have a boy and a girl dog, and they are not that romantic. And I will leave it at that. They will fight over food, but then it turns nasty. So, I think a nice kiss in the alley sounds real sweet. But that movie was real good. The live action one, I give it a thumbs up.
Oh, that's good to know. We need to watch it then.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus because it debuted on Disney Plus. Let's see. So we got there's another Maleficent that made $500 million worldwide.
$500 million?
Yeah, the sequel did. Yeah. Christopher Robin, they're counting that as one, but I don't know if
I did love that movie. I forgot about that.
Well, I thought you did love it. I am on record for saying Winnie the Pooh can go with Josh Gad and beat it.
See, that was Stella's favorite as a baby.
Your kids are real zeros. Go and talk to them.
That was her favorite as a baby, so we took her to see that for her birthday, and I was like crying the whole time because it was. I think she was like turning 10 or something, you know. I
didn't prepare the game. Did it make Paul cry? That's what we were going to play at the end of this game.
Oh, man.
It wasn't going to be that one, though.
Oh, it's so good.
Is she familiar with Welcome to Pooh Corner? The OTV show?
Yeah.
Is she
I think we did watch that when she was little.
That?
No.
Oh, my kids were like, what is this? And I was like, this was entertainment in the 80s. We had free Disney Channel, but this was real terrifying. Peach Dragon. I could count that one as a real one.
I didn't see that
Didn't see that one. Don't really remember the other one. Alice Through the Looking Glass. Is that Alice in Wonderland again, a sequel? It didn't do great. Cinderella. Did you see the Cinderella?
Oh, yeah. I did love that one.
I didn't see that.
Oh, she was good. And she was from Downton Abbey, too.
Of course.
And that was like during the Downton Abbey times, and she was doing both, but she was really good in that.
That came out in 2015. Yeah, Addie would have been little. I think her and my wife watched it, and I was like,
it was really sweet.
Pass on that one.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, so I think that, 102 Dalmatians actually made a sequel.
I remember that.
Yeah, well, they made a lot of these movies. So the key takeaway from all these movies is that they make a lot of money. Almost $10 billion worldwide, these movies combined, these remakes of movies that have already been written, essentially. So maybe the love and care didn't go into them, the story.
What about a live action Up?
Well, I was gonna finish this up with what do you think? Like we said, what rides need a movie based on them? Which, by the way, Tomorrowland comes out on Disney Plus next month.
Yay!
So you can watch that weird one. What movie that's a cartoon do you think would be the best live action? Up seems. I know it's hard to say they're far fetched because most of them are just animals singing.
Right.
But I mean, it's a house that floats away with balloons. There's something about the live action when it doesn't lend itself as much. Like watching the Aladdin one last week was very. I found myself like, "Street Rat" is like a good song. Well, that when he's getting chased by the hello, your ear just closed up. I don't know. Where he's getting chased for the bread at the beginning.
Yeah, I like that.
And they made that into like this whole, almost like a Broadway production, but live action.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is neat. This is well done. And this is
Prince Ali, that song too.
Yeah, they did a good job. So they can do a good job if they want to do a good job. But what do you think would be
Nemo?
Let's
get fish talking to each other.
Hey, where's my son? The whole movie is just like this.
The starfish.
Oh gosh, that's you.
No,
you. We've lost you. You just cracked yourself up. That's really funny.
I did.
Nemo.
Oh, what about the upcoming Little Mermaid? Have you been hearing about this?
Oh, I've heard about it.
It looks a little weird.
Are you one of those people, Jenna? Why can't we have a black
mermaid?
No,
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. She's
I don't know anything
gorgeous.
about it.
I think she's going to do great. But...
Listen. I don't know anything about that except people were like, "Oh, black mermaid," and other people said, "It's a mermaid." What is wrong with you? They don't have races just because a different person plays it. You weirdos. The person was purple who played Ursula, and the first one was. What do you want from these people? But I will tell you what I enjoyed out of sheer awfulness. Hello, Goldie Bear. How are you doing?
Hi, Goldie.
The Little Mermaid play that was on TV. Did you see that?
Oh my gosh, that was awful.
Now, who would have?
That was Queen Latifah, wasn't it?
I'm not touching that. I don't know who played anybody.
It was Queen Latifah.
Hey, baby girl, you're so pretty. You can't get up there either. You can't get up there because you're too fat. You can't get up there because you're too fat. She's cute though. All right, so here is the deal. Do you remember in middle school when Shaggy first came out?
No.
Do you know who Shaggy is? It wasn't me, that guy, that singer.
Yes.
So that song is filthy. And that was when we were in college, probably when you were on spring break. You know, those songs were playing. That's a different episode, so people don't know what we're talking about. All right, I'm sorry. So anyway, Shaggy, we'll call him an artist, I'm doing quotes if you're not watching the video. He had this real filthy song when we were in college about the various things he was doing with some lady that people walked in and saw. When we were in middle school, which was, you're maybe 25 years ago, he had a song when I was in 8th grade that was a big hit. And then back when I was in college, he had nothing until I was in college. Then he had that song. And then he's Sebastian the Crab in the play for the thing. And I'm like...
Is he really? Oh, ow!
Goldie, what are you doing? Goldie, come on. That is going to be some good footage. The dog just attacked Jenna from... Oh, sweet baby Goldie.
It's okay.
So, anyway,
he was in the play.
He was Shaggy, or he was Sebastian the Crab,
in the play. Okay.
And he was a good Sebastian because he has that voice. And it's just very strange. But I would love to read either a book about him, or a book about his manager, or a book about whoever has guided his career, because it is the strangest career arc from one hit, and then 20 years later, another hit, a filthy hit, and then...
Sebastian the Crab.
He's a Disney person now, because then he just was doing the Disney songs on like the Christmas play, like on TV.
Oh
like and I was
I
like,
do remember that.
Did he? How? What in the? What? How did that happen? And now he's doing commercials singing "That It Wasn't Me" with like cleaning supplies or something like that. He's like taken that song and like made it into.
Was he on one of the singing contest shows?
Probably. He's probably
like American Idol.
He's just been like, I don't care. I'll just do whatever you need me to do, and I'm good. I remember my first song. I went 20 years. I had to work at Home Depot until my other music came out. Like what? I don't understand. But anyway, his career arc is very odd, and it's very fascinating. And I would like to know more about it, to be quite frank. If you would like to start a podcast to talk with me about Shaggy, I would love it, because it's fascinating. But also, on that note, do you remember that song when we were in, it might have been middle school age, that The Dip?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Do you remember when they used that to sell kids' plates? Like 5 or 6 years ago? From whatever
I think it sounds familiar.
It was something in...
I
get my chip. I put my chip into some dip. And they dip. And I was like... This is like music people used to grind to in the 90s, and now they're using it to sell plates to kids, or to the adults, I guess, that had those children. And
because the parents are like, I know this song.
That's my chip. Remember,
I'm buying those plates.
Yeah, it makes me think of my girlfriend when I was 12. It's so weird. I don't understand. So anyway, Shaggy's back. Welcome back, Shaggy. We missed you.
Oh,
we didn't
took a turn.
know what we had when you were gone. So
we took a turn.
What is the movie that you want to see?
So it's got to be something.
Could it be live action Sebastian the Crab starring Shaggy?
No.
Well, fine. It
what
won't
else
be. Well, you brought it to Little Mermaid. So you can get your opinions out there about whatever.
Frozen.
Oh, it seems on the nose. They're already people.
But
they're just cold people.
So are the princesses.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what would happen? Would you change it, or would it be the exact same thing? Who would play the princesses? Would it be... Because that's kind of recent to...
What if they combined the story of the first and second one to one movie?
Well, I will tell you, it won't make much sense, because to be fair, those movies together stood on their own, but I don't know how those stories really played out together.
I think that would be fun.
Well,
I could play Anna.
Well, we're halfway there. So who would play Elsa?
Stella. We're done. We got it.
Say, why is Elsa so much taller than her little sister Anna?
What would your pick be?
Well,
what about Toy Story?
Is that my pick?
That wouldn't be good, because they're toys.
Yeah, we're not just going to do this. I feel like, well, that's what the thing with the cartoon things, they're almost so realistic on the cartoons.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just making a cartoon in the real world instead of just a hockey puck walking around a real room instead of a fake room. I'm trying to think of what movie I just enjoy that's a cartoon that they haven't already done. They did all the ones from my childhood.
They haven't done Pocahontas.
What about a goofy movie?
Oh, gosh, your favorite.
No, I don't think they're going to touch Pocahontas right now. I don't think that seems like there's a lot of, I would say, they're going to stick to fake people.
Mm-hmm. You're right, yeah.
Because that one was already problematic. They're like, well, you know what I need is this white man to come in and take my country and save me from my life. That was fine. And that's what I got. I've never seen Pocahontas, but it looked real bad. Man, I don't know. Well, let's. I don't know what is a good Disney movie that's not a Pixar movie, because most of the good movies are Pixar now.
I know.
No
That's
offense,
what made me
Disney.
think of Up and
Man, I don't know.
Toy Story. I think Frozen.
Frozen would make if they ever if this pandemic
No,
really
they
hit
did
them
Broadway.
well, if the pandemic hit them as hard as they're acting like it did, if they could put Frozen live action out in 2 years,
Kill it.
They're like, well, we just made $6 billion, so I don't know what we're gonna do. That's kind of, Frozen 2 was fine, but I was like, some of these characters, I was shocked at the lack of toys, and I don't know if we didn't just go shop enough for toys, because we had so much Frozen stuff when the first one came out.
Yeah.
But I was watching that movie going, this is a character that's just going to be a toy. That little lizard that licked his eyeball. I was like, that's real funny.
Oh, yeah.
He has no point in the movie. That
he's cute.
Then there's like the wind. It's just like some leaves that rustle by. And I'm like, how are they going to sell the leaves that rustle by? But they have more character than this lizard that's licking its eyeball. But I don't remember seeing, what are they doing upstairs?
What is going on upstairs?
I don't know, but they're having a blast, whatever's going on. But you can't hear them because of these microphones. Well, I guess I got nothing. Frozen would be the easiest one because
that would be an easy one.
We just got Josh Gad, put him in a snowman suit, and then you get Lin-Manuel Miranda in there as the moose, and he could rap.
Yeah.
And yuck, I could just not go see it. There's got to be something. Now you put me on the spot.
I think the girls would have to play themselves. You can't replace those girls.
People.
Kristen, what's her name? And
dark hair.
It's
Kristen.
What's her name?
I don't know. John Travolta to tell me what their names are. It's
Kristen.
It's Kristen Bell.
Which
you will not talk bad about. She was
I love her.
Wonderful.
I do love her.
Okay, so she was Veronica Mars, and I did not ever watch that show. But then she was real popular as that. But then she was in the movie Reefer Madness, the musical, which was an update itself. There was a movie in the 30s when everybody was like, marijuana is the devil's lettuce, and it will make your children go crazy, and they will be murderers. And it was this like propaganda movie, and they remade like a funny one in the 90s. It was a musical, and she was in it. And I was like,
oh wow,
she's very talented.
Interesting.
But now everybody loves her and Dax.
Yes, they're cute, very cute.
So yeah, he'd have to be in there. He'd probably be
Kristoff.
Choppy. What's his name? Kristoff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Choppy. He's chopping ice.
He would be a good Kristoff.
And then, which one's Kristen Bell? Is she Anna?
She's Anna.
So, look,
we've got this done.
He's not
Disney.
very muscular.
We've got it done.
He could step it up. Idina Menzel. Is the other girl.
She's wonderful.
So when she won some kind of award, and John Travolta. Do you remember this? And he mispronounced her name, and he was just like, "In you go, Falopi," or something like that. He just like made up this name, and they were like, "No, no, try again."
I don't remember that.
It was like a big deal because no one knew who she was. It was before Frozen, and she won some award, and he got up there and he just threw some letters together and acted like it was a word, and it was like, "This is it." And everybody went, "It's not it. This poor girl is so talented, and you're not even going to be able to respect her by getting close at all." But yeah, she'd probably be good, I guess. Fun fact: she used to be married to Taye Diggs. Do you remember Taye Diggs?
I remember the name.
Well, if you ever see me alone on a corner because my wife left me, it would have been for Taye Diggs of the 90s. Because and I was like, oh, she was married to that guy. And then she got too big for him. So see, he's all yours now, honey. That's all right.
Who was he?
She knows who I would leave her for, so it's fine. We have that kind of relationship. He...
Okay.
Do you know who that guy is?
Looks familiar.
He plays handsome black man in every movie from the 90s. Oh, and I hit the mic. He's written some books. Why are we talking about?
I don't know. We are getting off. We are at 52 minutes.
Yeah. He was in How Stella Got Her Groove Back, The Best Man Holiday Edition, Brown Sugar.
I don't think I've seen any of those.
Yeah, well. Hear that, Nicole? He didn't see anything with Taye Diggs on it. He was in Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh my god!
All right, so I got nothing. Frozen would be the best one because they would make all the money, but maybe not the most inspired one. What do you think the best one of these, the best one they've made so far is?
Beauty and the Beast.
You think so? I guess I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good.
But my favorite that I've seen is Aladdin, and
that's good.
It was surprisingly good. But anyway. That's all we got for now, and really, it's all we had 10 minutes ago because this last bit has just dragged on. So if you've left by now, that's fine. I understand.
It's probably lunchtime.
It is 12:22, and all she's had today is donuts and some McDonald's. So, we're living that summer dream. So,
yep.
You want to sign off? Sometimes she forgets because the video is playing that this is an audio format. So when that smile meant goodbye.
Bye-bye. Hey guys, it's Jenna, and if you would like to plan a magical vacation for your family, contact me for a free quote by clicking the link below, or go to visitmickey.com and tell them that Jenna or Paul or the Park Hopper Show sent you. Thanks.